ZocDoc is a free app where you can find amazing doctors and book appointments online. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat almost any condition you're searching for. Book an appointment with a few taps in their app and start feeling better, faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/something and download the ZocDoc app for free. That's ZocDoc.com/something. ZocDoc.com/something.
Hi, I'm Steffany Strange. Want to hear something scary? Even though they say no good deed goes unpunished, it's always the correct choice to do the right thing, because even the best intentions can have terrible consequences. Alon's tired eyes gazed ahead at the dark road. He had been driving the jeepney, a popular minibus in the Philippines, for 12 long hours, picking up and dropping off passengers. Once the last passenger was off the bus, he was eager to return to his comfy home, to his sweet daughter who had been waiting for his return. While heading home, his attention was drawn to a silhouette on the roadside. It was a slender teenage girl, barely noticeable in the dim light. A feeling of duty resonated within him. With the late hour and the empty road, he couldn't simply abandon her. What if she was his own daughter in the need of help? Letting out a sigh, he guided the jeepney to a stop. The teen felt nervous and cautious as she got into the empty vehicle. But when she looked down the long, dark road ahead, she knew this would be the better option. As the minutes passed, the girl's tension eased, and she felt more comfortable telling the driver her name was Stella, and she had been so busy with her training for a varsity track meet, she lost track of time, thus leaving much later than expected and had no service on her cell phone to call for a ride. After she explained her situation, Alon glanced into the rearview mirror to look at her, but his heart fell into his stomach. What he saw wasn't the girl he had picked up. Instead, her body was headless, and the rest of her body was in a gruesome, bloody state. What happened to the cautious teenage girl? He thought. Alon swerved the jeepney back onto the road, his breath getting stuck in his throat. He turned around quickly to look at Stella face to face, and to his relief and confusion, she was whole and intact. But now Stella was the one shocked and confused at the driver's state. Is something the matter? She asked. Her anxiety of being alone with a strange man was returning. Something didn't feel right, and his creepy behavior only fueled her unease. Alon apologized, explaining he was just tired. This was his last journey of the night. As time passed, Stella began to wonder if she'd made the right decision. Maybe the driver had bad intentions. He was certainly acting strange and staring at her creepily in the rearview mirror. She checked her phone. Still no service. With slight fear, Alon peered into the mirror again and gasped. There it was again. Her headless body, deep gashings covering her arms and chest, and dripping with blood. The driver abruptly hit the brakes, launching himself out of his seat and quickly rushing to the back of the jeepney to check on Stella. To his immense relief, he found her safe and unharmed, but visibly shaken and terrified. Stella's screams pierced his ears as she backed away. "Stay away from me!" she cried. Alon cowered, his voice trembling. You must listen to me. I promise I'm not here to hurt you, but every time I look in this mirror, I see..." He lowered his voice, whispering the words. "I see this lifeless, decapitated, dead version of you." Stella was horrified. Why was this man telling her such traumatic things? Alon guided Stella off the jeepney. He said he would find another driver to take her directly home. He gave her instructions to burn everything she was wearing, which included her clothes, sneakers, and gym bag. This was the only way to cut the horrific connection between her and the gruesome version of her he'd seen in the mirror. Shortly after he returned to the driver's seat, another vehicle passed by, and Alon pleaded them to take Stella home safely. Stella, still wary, but sensing he meant her no actual harm, thanked him. Alon managed a small smile in return as he watched the car disappear into the distance, his heart aching with the weight of his decision. He closed his eyes and thought of his daughter when, bang, a deafening crash shuddered the stillness. The vehicle that had carried Stella away had swerved into the side of the road, sending a sharp, lethal spike through the windshield, stabbing the driver through the windpipe and sending the spike directly into Stella's neck, decapitating her head in an instant. Driving on, Alon was haunted by Stella's sweet, frightened eyes and the selfish choice he made that night. He knew he was a coward, but once he saw the warning signs of Stella's death, he couldn't bring himself to die with a teen he barely knew. He had to unlink them. He knew he had to get her out of the jeepney before her bad luck brought them both down. He would live to get home to his daughter, but Stella's fate had been sealed. It had been her destiny to die. After all, you can't outrun death.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever find that you're just trying to fall asleep and then your brain suddenly won't stop talking? Do your thoughts start racing right before bed or in other inopportune moments? Do you think that your worries and anxieties are keeping you awake at night? For me, anytime I'm about to start traveling to a spooky location or start a new documentary or film project, I literally cannot sleep. So, I have found a solution that I think might work for you. That's why I'm grateful to talk about BetterHelp. I was feeling really run down recently and I was trying to find solutions, and talking it out with a therapist was super helpful for me. Therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life, so you can make decisions and move forward with confidence. If you're looking for therapy, give BetterHelp a try. And it's so easy to get started with BetterHelp. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/scary to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/scary.
Thanks so much for listening. Like and share if this video gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. See you next time.